After my wealthy grandfather passed away and left his entire fortune to me, my parents, who'd neglected me. You know, some moments just smack you in the face, completely upending everything you thought you knew. For me, that moment was watching my own mother roll her eyes at me in a courtroom, like I was some kind of inconvenient fly in her perfect victim narrative. But then, the judge, Judge Brennan, he froze. His eyes went from the paperwork right to my face, and I swear, I watched recognition hit him like a freight train. Wait, he said, slowly setting down his pen, these allegations are against you? Oh, trust me, you're going to want to stick around for what happened next. Let me take you back about 3 months before that. My grandfather had just passed away. Judge William Parker, a giant, 40 years on the Supreme Court bench. He was the man who actually raised me, while my parents were off living their best lives, pretending I didn't exist. His funeral was massive, a sea of judges, attorneys, politicians, everyone in the state showed up to pay their respects. I delivered the eulogy. My parents? Diane and Scott Morrison, classic. They sat in the back row, arrived late, and slipped out before the reception. I hadn't seen them in over a decade, not since my 18th birthday when my grandmother died, and they showed up for 90 minutes before vanishing again. After Grandma Helen passed, it was just Grandpa and me. He was 73 then, still sharp, still working, still making sure I had every single opportunity he could provide. See, my mother, Diane, got pregnant at 18 and decided motherhood just cramped her style. My father, Scott, was a promising hockey player with big dreams, and a baby? That definitely didn't fit his aesthetic. So, they did what selfish people do, dropped me at my grandparents' house when I was 3 months old and basically evaporated. Oh, they visit twice a year, if the stars aligned, Christmas, maybe my birthday. Diane would swan in, designer clothes, air kiss my cheek, and spend the entire visit critiquing how Grandma was raising me. Too soft, apparently. Meanwhile, Scott usually avoided these visits entirely because Grandpa would call him out for being a deadbeat. I'd watch my father on TV instead, whenever the Bruins played. Grandpa would have the game on, not because he cared about hockey, but because he wanted me to know my father existed somewhere, even if he chose not to exist in my life. Honestly, I never felt like I was missing anything. Grandma Helen and Grandpa William gave me everything. Real love. The kind that shows up. They were at every school play, every soccer game, every debate competition. They were my parents, in every way that actually matters. When Grandma died suddenly from a stroke, I was 18, about to start college, and the woman who raised me was just gone. It felt like my world ended. But Grandpa, he carried both of us through that grief. And somewhere in that darkness, he started really talking to me about his work, about justice, about using power responsibly. That's when I decided to follow in his footsteps, and then watch the full story. Link is attached below.